Have you ever tried using AI to write your YouTube scripts only to end up with something that sounds nothing like you? I totally fell for this. I thought, finally, a way to speed up scripting. But after testing a bunch of AI tools, I realized something that completely changed how I use them. And it's probably not what you think. Hi, I'm Tracy, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually use AI to create scripts you'll love without losing your voice or personality. I figured out a simple approach that transforms AI from frustrating to actually helpful. So here's what we're covering today. The three big problems that mess up most people's AI scripts. And I think why the standard advice doesn't really work. I'm also going to cover a 4-step framework that helps you create scripts that sound like you, include your real experience, and save you time, which is what we're all looking for. You might have seen my other video on how to use ChatGPT for content ideas, outlines, and descriptions. And ChatGPT is great for all those things. But when it comes to writing scripts that actually sound like you, that's where I know I got stuck. I think that's where most people get stuck. So let's start by looking at what AI tools promise versus what they actually deliver. We're told all we need to do is give AI a prompt and it will generate a script that sounds just like us. I know we're not just prompting with write me a script about growing on YouTube. You're probably giving much more detailed prompts like write me a 10-minute YouTube script about growing a channel in the cooking niche. Include sections on content planning, filming setup, and community building. Use a conversational tone with personal stories. Target beginners aged 30 to 50 who are passionate about cooking but new to YouTube. Doesn't that sound solid? Doesn't that sound like something that would come out pretty good as a script? Let's try it, because here's what you typically get. And this is from ChatGPT Pro. I also use Claude Pro for all my content, but you see how generic it is. It sounds like a Wikipedia article instead of a real person talking. The formal tone, the basic advice you can find anywhere. This, I believe, is why so many creators feel frustrated with AI writing tools. Even with a strong prompt, the script still doesn't sound like you. Most AI scripts failures come down to just 3 key problems. And the last one, it's the biggest reason people quit using AI altogether. So problem number 1 is it sounds too generic. Most AI models are trained on general internet content, and that means they default to the most common writing style. Somewhat formal, relatively bland, and extremely generic. But successful content isn't generic. It's specific, it's unique, and it reflects your personal voice. This fundamental mismatch is why AI scripts just feel so off. If you think about your favorite YouTubers, you watch them because of how they explain things, their personality, their unique take, their insight, the way they look at things. Generic content just doesn't cut it. Problem number 2, AI actually wastes more time. A lot of people think AI speeds up scripting, but in reality, most people spend way more time editing AI scripts than just writing them from scratch. I know this has happened to me a lot. You write a prompt, you get generic content. You provide feedback, AI gives you slightly better content. You repeat the cycle again and again, and then you just get frustrated and you yell at your computer. And eventually you just give up and rewrite the whole thing yourself, or settle for something that doesn't quite sound like you. So what's the point of me even using them if they're not saving me time or helping me in this content creation? And the most important problem is AI misses your experience, your voice, your way of explaining things, your real world experiences, and your unique perspective. It's what makes your content valuable. And the biggest flaw with AI generated scripts, AI doesn't have real experience. It can mimic writing styles, but it can't replicate what you've actually lived through. Think about it. When you watch someone's content, you're not just there for the information. You're there because they've actually done the things they talk about. This is why when AI generated content is technically good, it still feels off. It lacks depth, authenticity. And everyone wants authenticity and the nuances that only real experience can bring. So I've tested a ton of different ways to use AI for scripts, and most of them were just frustrating. But I did find 4 strategies that actually work. One, use AI for outlines, not full scripts. Instead of asking AI to write your entire script, use it to create a structured outline. For example, the prompt could say, create a detailed outline for a 10-minute video about growing a YouTube channel, including main sections, subsections, and transitions. This gives you a stronger foundation while keeping the actual writing in your voice. I love that strategy, but I'm much more lazy than that. So I kind of like the next strategy a little better. And that's where you record yourself, then use AI to clean it up. I find it's much easier to talk about something than to write about it. Here's what works best. Record yourself explaining your topic for, 5 to 10 minutes. Get it transcribed using an AI tool, and then use AI to tighten, polish, and organize your natural speech. This method makes your script sound natural, includes real experiences, and actually saves time. It also helps when you talk about something and then talk about something else and then talk about this thing again, but it's after this thing. With AI, it puts all those topics together. And so when you go to talk about them, you're not remembering them 10 minutes later, you're remembering them all together. My third approach is using specific examples in your prompts. If you want AI to generate content, give it concrete details. So an example prompt of that would be, write a script section about lighting for YouTube videos. That includes references to my ring light setup, the window lighting in my office, and the backlighting issues I had in my last 3 videos. The result? Way more detailed and useful output. AI is using my real experiences. And then the 4th strategy is to train AI to sound like you. Just create a document with 5 to 10 examples of your best writing or your transcribed videos. Or if you do any type of coaching or webinars, use those. Use this content to train AI on your voice by referencing it in your prompts. Again, here's the example prompt. Using the writing samples I've provided as a guide for my tone and style, write a script introduction about yada, yada, yada. This massively improves how AI mimics your writing style. So here's the step-by-step method I use. I start with my own knowledge. I use AI to help organize my thoughts. I write the real content in my voice, and I use AI for small improvements, not full rewrites. Final review, make sure it still sounds like you. And you might say, well, that's a lot of work. It is at first, but just think about this. 10 scripts down, you now have 10 scripts that sound exactly how you sound. Your nuances, your personalities, your wit, and then you start feeding that to AI. So you keep training AI better and better. And in a couple of months, it will sound like you when you start popping out those scripts. Now, AI isn't a magical shortcut, but if you use it in the right way, it can be a super powerful tool that actually saves time without losing your voice. So what's the one thing AI keeps messing up in your script? Drop it in the comments. You know, I like my comments. I might even do a deep dive on it in a future video. I'm always looking for the content. And if you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more practical content creation strategies. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.